Am I audible?
आगे आगे भैया।
Hello. A very good morning to all. This is Karthikeshwar Jaiswal, Assistant Professor and the Head Department of Botany, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru College, Nawagarh. Heartily welcome to our Director, Mr. V.K. Agrawal sir, respected Principal, Sergeant Rajesh Sharma sir, our Honorable Resource Person, Dr. M.M. Bedkar sir, Sri Kumar Swamy Mahavidyalay, Usha Latur, Maharashtra State, and all dear participants. Thank you so much for joining this one day national level FDP program on IPR. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru College, Nawagarh is a well established educational college. It is affiliated to Said Nankuar Patel University, Raigad, Chhattisgarh. Our college is always try to provide contemporary education and hands-on experience to students.
बाकी की म्यूट कीजिए, आप बाकी की म्यूट कीजिए प्लीज।
Now, now I would like to invite Mr. Bhupen Devangan sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, to introduce our resource person, Honorable Mr. M. M. Bedkar sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I am Bhupendra Kumar Devangan from Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru College. I I want to introduce our M.M. Bedkar sir to better experience of this knowledgeable and beneficial webinar. I would like to introduce one soft-spoken and rare and precious personality, known one only our honorable chief guest, Dr. M.M. Bedkar, who is must multifaceted personality. He is currently working as a principal in Sri Kusmaraswamy Mahavidyalay, Pusa, Latur. Principal in Sri Kusmaraswamy Mahavidyalay of Latur. He is educational qualification is MSc Physics along with PhD with 30 years of teaching experience. Sir has done more than 200 to talk on patent system in India. NAC processor has 7 patents and all that are Indian and international classified along with more than 50 research papers published in the national and international level journals. One medical book published it had simple steps in SSP preparation. The experience level goes more high with two international conference presentation. First, Jakarta, Genesis in 2013, and second is Phuket, Thailand in 2016. Also, Sir has been appointed as keynote speaker of International Conference Singapore 2018. 2018. Sir personality deserve more respect and complicated. After known that Sir has taken got four award or recognitions. First is Best Principal in 2021 SRIM University. Second is Gold Medal in RISCA State Level International University Research Competition 2013. Third is Principal of the Year 2013. And fourth is Best Teacher in Gurukul Dreams IS Center, Solapur in 2028. Sorry, 2018. Sir has done many in all Indian level radio speeches, 5 times in Science Day and other subjects, and more than 350 international national webinar is done from last year by our Honorable Sir. Sir has done our educational board of membership of journals, international journals about India. Sir is research supervisor for those students who are working for PhD. After this research journey of great introduction of honorable chief guest, speaker sir, keynote speaker sir, your waiting is done to I would like to call gold medalist honorable Dr. M. Ambedkar sir for this golden word, his golden word or speeches on IPR and quantum filling. Sir, please, sir, please, I request, please, your word and your golden word to us for this webinar. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please mute others. I am audible.
Audible, sir, audible.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. First of all, I would like to express sincere thanks with the patron, Mr. M. K. Agrawal, sir, राधा कृष्ण शिक्षण मिशन समिति के
Sir, you are not audible.
yes. Sir, I am audible now.
Yes, sir, audible, sir, audible.
Audible. Okay, okay. I will continue. Sorry for the disturbance. अ, महाविद्यालय के प्राचार्य प्रधानाचार्य डॉक्टर राजेश शर्मा सर और कंप्यूटर डिपार्टमेंट के श्री एम बी देवगन सर जो बहुत दिन से कांटेक्ट में है और एम के जायसवाल जी जो हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट बॉटनी के जिनकी डिपार्टमेंट के हिसाब से तरफ से ये कार्यक्रम हो रहा है। मैं सभी का पहले शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि आपने मुझे यहाँ रिसोर्स पर्सन के नाते यहाँ इनवाइट किया है और मुझे मेरे बारे ये पेटेंट के बारे में कुछ बोलने का अवसर मुझे आपने दिया है। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू। और मेरा मैं प्रेजेंटेशन अब शुरू करता हूँ। आई थिंक यस आई विल प्रेजेंट माय प्रेजेंटेशन। If there are some difficulties in sound or audio or video, please inform me in between or with the phone. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay,
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बॉटनी पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू कॉलेज नवगढ़ के इस नेशनल लेवल एफडीपी की प्रोग्राम के तहत आई एम स्पीकिंग मिस्टर डॉक्टर बेटकर एम एम प्रिंसिपल श्री कुमार स्वामी महाविद्यालय औसा. I would like to talk on the intellectual property rights, IPR, and patent filing. Let us see. We are all academicians. We always think something and we always publish our work. So that published work should be converted into patent or converted into intellectual property rights. It's our main objective to know about the intellectual properties and intellectual property rights associated with that. Second objective is to know the process of filing patents. When we know about the intellectual properties and the rights associated with that, let us go forward to know the process of filing patents. Because we did always research, we publish our papers, we think always intellectually. Then we should know about the process of filing patents if there is some outcome as like patent. And third is to aware about intellectual properties and its importance. If you know the importance of the intellectual properties and rights about associated with that, we will go ahead with this objective. Let us see what are the points which I would like to cover. First of all, IPR, intellectual property rights. Then types of intellectual property rights or the groups. Then infringement in IPR. What is patent? What is patent filing? What are the useful websites? What are the patent examples? Some news regarding to the patent and few examples of the patent. This is the total 1 hour journey of our this FDP with me. Let us see the first slide. In the word IPR, first word letter is I. What is I? I stands for intellectual thinking of a mind. Every mind always thinks intellectually. As an example, in the picture, I have seen that, I have shown that, I have shown that there is a person is thinking and he is thinking to form an electric bulb. Yes, you are seeing this one. So what is this? This is the intellectual thinking of a mind to perform or to form some physical thing. That is the bulb as an example. This is the word meaning of the first letter I. Intellectual thinking of a mind. Second word comes IP. Intellectual property. After thinking intellectually, that person now form an electric bulb as an example. So what is this? It is now intellectual property. Came from intellectual thinking of a mind. What happens? If someone forms some intellectual property, then the persons, few bad persons from the society try to stolen their knowledge, try to use that technology without the consent of the inventor. These things happen before the registration of the intellectual property. So what can we do now? We have to register that intellectual property on our name or on author's name so that after the registration, those who are using that property without your consent or without your permission, they are locked now. They can't use that technology without permission of you. So after registration of an innovation, the rights given to the inventor are known as the intellectual property rights, and the rights are applicable only after the registration of that intellectual property. So what is the meaning of IPR? IPR are the intellectual property are the rights given over the creations of mind. Creations of mind. If you create innovatively, if you do some innovative things, if you recommend some innovative process, and if they registered after registration, you get the rights that are known as the intellectual property rights. Now, let us see groups of intellectual properties. There are two groups of intellectual properties. First is intangible property. Intangible property means we can't touch. That is the theme, music, or an idea. These are the intellectual properties, but these are intangible intellectual properties. And what are tangible properties? Tangible properties are those where we can touch our experience. That is the bike, car, bond, anything. So there are two types of intellectual properties. First of all, tangible properties, and second is intangible property. Now, after seeing the groups, let us see the types of intellectual properties. We have to see the types of intellectual properties. There are seven types of intellectual properties. First is the trademark. And trademark is a well-known word to us. On the screen, you are seeing that there are one, two, three, four, five trademarks I have given as an example. These all are different from one to other, and they are of different companies. They have created and they have registered. So first is the Jack Daniel, it's just a signature. Second is Amul the Taste of India. Third is just a square root written as BMW. Third is Nestle. Last is the RK Films. So these are all the trademarks. When we purchase some goods, when we purchase some from market things, then we get a monogram or symbol of that branded product or any product with a monogram. That is the trademark, and it is registered by that company. So before forming an industry, before forming a product, they first of all decide the trademark. And once they decide the trademark, they sketch the trademark, they use the trademark as per their registration, and they register the trademark, and from that they start their business. So trademarks gives financial, and that trademark cannot be used by other companies. If someone is using that trademark, it is finable. It should be fine. So that trademark is the first intellectual property, and the companies are free to create and free to register as a first intellectual property. Let us see the second intellectual property, that is the geographical indications. What are the geographical indications? Geographical indications are nothing but natural or man-made product, man-made or natural product. They are famous from that area, and they are having identity of that area. They are related to geographical relations of that area. So that on the screen you are seeing that Kanchipuram silk sari. It is the product from the Kanchipuram. Tirupati Laddu is the product from the Tirupati location. Kolhapur Chappal is the product from the Kolhapur, and Puneri Pagri is the product from the Pune. So these are the different products. Few are man-made and few are natural also. Means if you know that Nagpur orange, Basmati rice, Paithani of Paitan, Kullu shal, Nasik Valley wine, Tirupati Laddu, all these well-known words are geographic indications of our India, and they are registered as the intellectual property. And up till now, India have filed 624 geographical indications, and Karnataka state is having highest geographical tag, that is 42. So what is the benefit of geographical tag? If you register a product in the geographical tag, that market economy goes on increasing, that demand of that product comes from abroad also, and no one can claim that that product is from other area. So it is the registration or unique property of that geographical indication, registration of the geographical indication. Now the story of that Rasgulla is that when government was starting to think about where to distribute the or where to award the geographical indication to Rasgulla, then the other states other than Odisha, they were also filed for the Rasgulla geography indication. And so government decided, form a committee, and it is found that in Odisha, on every district, the product Rasgulla is made, so that it's the product from the Odisha. So Odisha is given, the Rasgulla is given geographical tag of the Odisha. It is an example. Let us see the third intellectual property, that is the utility model or design model. External features of any design, that are the utility models or they are design patents. There are in the on the screen you are seeing two things. One is rotating something equipment, that is the externally it can be registered as a utility design model, and second is the example of the ornaments. If we go to the Shopee of then PM Gadgil or any branded product Shopee, then if you want to purchase an ornament, if it is having 10 gram of gold inside, but they charge more than 1 lakhs. Since the price of 10 gram is 50,000, after that preparation maybe 10,000, 60,000 is sufficient. But few persons or few registered branded goldsmith fine, or they kept price of that ornament more than 1 lakh, and we purchase it because the unique design is registered under the utility model or unique design under intellectual property. So this is the third intellectual property. Now let us see the fourth intellectual property, that is the plant's breeder right. What are the plant's breeder right? Plant's breeder rights are the rights given to the variety of plant. Those are formed by including seed cutting, tissue culture, biotechnology. All these techniques are used to form a higher or hybrid variety of a plant. Then that's given a plant's breeder right to that inventor. So this is the fourth intellectual property, and this can be filed by a farmer or agro industries. So plant's breeder right is our the fourth intellectual property. Now let us see the fifth intellectual property. What is the fifth intellectual property? It is the copyright. Copyright is well-known word to us. When we write some newspaper article, then there is copyright written in the newspaper. Also, if you write some book, there is also copyright to the book. If you want to perform a audio CD or video CD or a drama or a picture, you should. It gives a copyright. Means copyright is associated with the this media like software, painting, audio CD, video CD, book, drama. So all these comes under the copyright. Means copyright is the intellectual property given to such media, and when it is published, the copyright is applicable to that part. Let us see the sixth intellectual property, that is the semiconductor IC layout design. If you see that any computer equipment or any mobile or any electronic things works on the integrated chips. So integrated chips are the unique designs, are they are formed for unique functioning of that product, so that the unique design of the semiconductor IC layout can be registered under the intellectual property, sixth intellectual property. Now let us see the seventh intellectual property, that is the patent. Patent is the seventh intellectual property, and what is the patent? It is just a monopoly right granted to a person who has invented a new novel and useful article. जिन्होंने नया नावीन्यपूर्ण शोध बनाया है, ऐसे आदमी को या ग्रुप ऑफ पर्संस को गवर्नमेंट जो अधिकार देती है उसे पेटेंट कहते हैं. इट मे बी इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ एन एग्जिस्टिंग आर्टिकल. ये आर्टिकल नया होना ऐसा कोई बाइंड नहीं है, वो इम्प्रूवमेंट भी हो सकता है कोई एग्जिस्टिंग आर्टिकल में. और थर्ड, इट मे बी प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग अ न्यू आर्टिकल. ये प्रोसेस को भी पेटेंट दिया जाता है अगर प्रोसेस नहीं है तो. बट द थिंग्स इज दैट article should be capable of industrial application. Means someone there should be used in industry, or so that the patent cannot be granted to imaginary thing. So what is patent? It is a monopoly right granted to a person or group of persons given by the government to whom who has invented a new novel and useful article. वो नया होना, नावीन्यपूर्ण होना. Or it may be improvement of an existing article. Improvement of an existing article means we are seeing the nowadays we are seeing the car running on the electric, but before that they were running on the diesel, petrol, then hybrid engine, then CNG, then electrical. So it is the improvement of an existing article engine of a car. So it is the improvement. And second, a new process of making an article means if we are forming some medicinal or drug anything, but that is already registered under the patent. So at that time, if the process is different, product is same, then new process, innovative process can be applied for the patent. So new process is able to grant the patent. Now let us see example of an improvement can be patented. Let us see first of all that wheel was with stone, then wooden, then very less wooden, and the tire and the tubeless tire. So these are the improvement in the wheel. So every time it can be able to grant a patent. So there is no need to innovate a new thing. But if you improve something innovatively, that can be able to grant the patent. Now, what are the three things which are necessary for the patent? First of all, novelty, inventiveness, and utility. If three things are satisfied in a patent, then and then only it can be granted or proceed for the patent. What is novelty? What is inventiveness? What is utility? We have to find it that if it is novelty having innovative steps and its utility. If three things happen, then we go for filing the patent. Now, after seeing the definition of patent, let us see the patentable inventions. What are the patentable inventions? Let us see machine apparatus or any other articles which are useful articles, innovative articles can be granted for the patent. Means innovative articles having innovative improvement can be granted for the patent. Secondly, if the process of synthesis is different from first process and if it is innovative but giving the same product, the process can be granted for the patent. And thirdly, the softwares which are used to run the hardware, they can be granted for the patent. Means single software is copywritten but if it is used to run a hardware, then it can be granted for the patent. Now, the food products, chemicals, medicines, and drugs also granted for the patent because they are innovative one. For preparation of a drug, we have to react some chemicals, and every chemical lose its original property and it gives a new product. So, chemicals, medicine, drugs can be granted for the patent. Now, after seeing what can be granted, let us see what cannot be granted, what cannot be patentable, what which product or which process cannot be patentable. We have to see this one. First of all, known inventions are cannot be granted. Means those inventions are known to others, those inventions are known to other persons, they cannot be granted. Once we publish the paper, we cannot grant patent on that paper after few months. So known things are cannot be granted. Secondly, inventions contrary to natural laws. Those inventions are opposite to the natural laws, they cannot be granted for the patent. Thirdly, the inventions that are against public ethics and morality, those who are avoiding or against public ethics and morality, they cannot be granted. And the commercial exploitation equipments cannot be granted for the patent. If a equipment is made with objective of commercial exploitation, that cannot be granted for the patent. And the important thing is that the things which are harmful to our human, animal, plant life or the environment, they cannot be granted for the patent. Means we have to take care of life also, so that the equipments which are harmful to the health of human, health of animal or health of the plant life, they cannot be granted for the patent. सर प्रेजेंटेशन दिख रहा है मेरा? सर प्रेजेंटेशन दिख रहा है?
जी सर, बहुत अच्छा,
Yes, sir. Yes,
बहुत
sir.
अच्छा सर। जी सर सर।
ठीक है, थैंक यू. Now, the sixth thing is that discovery of the scientific principles cannot be granted for the patent because that cannot be equipped and there is no our invention on that. So, discovery cannot be granted for the patent. And seventh, substance obtained by admixtures. What is admixture? Admixture means just a mixing, not reacting in between. Suppose that we want to form a lemon juice. Then what happens? Some lemon are means that extract of lemon, then sugar, then some salt, water. These are mixed together. They are not reacted. They give different flavor, but they are not reacted, and we can filter out every ingredient in between, so that the substance obtained by admixtures cannot be granted for the patent because they are not reacted. They are having their they are not lose their original property, but they are just together. And plants and animals in whole or any part means no plant, no animal can be filed for the patent because they are naturally born, they are growing naturally, there is no our invention on that, so that plants and the natural animals cannot be granted for the patent. Now, method of medical medical cure cannot be filed for the patent. Method of medical cure. I am saying method of medical cure. Just we say that physiotherapy without equipment, nadi pariksha. So all these are the methods of medical cure to relieve the pain. They cannot be granted for the patent. But equipments in the medical sector are granted for the patent. Number 10. The method of agriculture or horticulture cultivation cannot be granted for the patent because these are the made free available for all, and the cultivation methods cannot be granted for the patent, but the equipments used in the agriculture sector, horticulture sector for cultivation are granted for the patent. Now 11. Traditional knowledge cannot be granted for the patent because it is known as from our early generation, and we they are knowing, all persons are knowing the traditional knowledge, so that cannot be granted for the patent. Number 12. Atomic energy inventions cannot be granted for the patent. And if you want to file a patent on atomic energy, you have to take permission from the Atomic Division of India, Government of India. If you get the permission, you can file the patent on atomic energy also. Now, after seeing what cannot be patented, what can be patented, let us see few examples of the patent. Examples of the patent. First of all, it's a funny example. Means there is no any huge or any large inventions needed for the patent. It is just an anti-eating face mask. You see on the screen, there is a locking system to avoid in between eating of a person. So it is just an anti-face mask, and it is granted for the patent also. It's just a funny. And second, patent on back scratching means if you feel something at that time, we just expect some equipment which can relieve from that. So at that time, a person have decided to form a equipment to cure or to have relief on the patent on back scratching, and he or she filed the patent. It is also granted for the patent. Now thirdly, if you see that when our bikes get punctured and we have to reach toward the puncture shop to remove that puncture from the tube, then we can't travel with that bike, but we keep the bike as is on that place, and we try to invite or we try to call that person and to remove the puncture. But at the time, if we think a wheel, just the equipment which is of four wheel, which can rest our bike on that a single wheel, and then we can reach towards the puncture shop, and it can save our tube and tire. So this is the simple equipment which is designed by an engineering student, and it is filed for the patent. So these are the simple equipment which can be designed and filed for the patent. Now you can see this for tree climbing. If you innovatively we found something, then it can be also granted for the patent. So these are the simple examples and needy examples where we can see about the innovativeness to file a patent. Now let us see. In 1937, Coca-Cola have registered a design of that bottle, and still it is in using. This is the old document I am showing here. In 1937, on August 3rd, 1937, Coca-Cola have filed the registered design of this bottle, and it is still in use. Now, the patent on seatbelt design is the funny example. If someone designed a belt such that there will be no talk between two persons, if the talk is good one, we doesn't happen. But if the talk is some bad one or a different one, having mind fluctuation, then that time accident may happen. So if someone have designed this example and he used that belt, second belt, so that he showed that there should be 45% less car accident possibilities because the innovative design of a belt. So these are the funny examples of the patent. Now see 1 2 ka 4. In next section we see 1 2 ka 4. 1 2 ka 4 means what? How a single intellectual property is related to more than one intellectual property. As an example, 1 2 ka 4. Let us see a single example of a audio player or video player, digital FM tuner and player is as an example. I am given here example of a Philips. It is a portable player, and its a theme is registered of the patent is registered under the patent. Its external features, its thickness, model, size, shape, all these are registered externally in the design. The name which you are seeing on the screen, that is Philips, it is registered under the trademark, and the music which you are listening or video which you are watching, that is registered under the copyright. Means for one equipment we have to file more than one intellectual properties idea for patent. Its external features, these buttons, all opening, closing, display, all these external features are registered on the design, and name of that product is the trademark, and copyright is the given to the music which you are listening. So 1 to ka 4 means not single party equipment, how it is related to four intellectual properties. If you form some this equipment, if you not given any brand to that, so someone can use that product of them, so that we have to file everything of that product. It is the 1 to ka 4. Now, after seeing the definition of patent, after seeing what is patentable, what is not patentable, what is, after seeing the one took up or how one intellectual property is related to other intellectual properties, registration is compulsory. Then let us go towards the filing of a patent. Let us see the process of filing of a patent. First of all, we have to write down the idea as much as detail. Means if you want to file a patent, then you have to write down the idea detail one, in detail one, so that you have to design, or you have to design accordingly. Secondly, if check the patentability of subject matter. Secondly, if you design or if you write something about that patent, then you have to, second step is you have to check the patentability. If it is patentable, then you can go ahead. If confirm it is patentable, we can file a patent on that. You can go ahead for from that. Now, there are three steps before filing a patent. First step is searching, second step is drafting, and third step is sending. Let us filter these steps. What is searching, what is drafting, and what is sending. What is searching? Before filing a patent, or before as we write some research paper in the journal, then we have to collect the related article of that patent, of that paper. Similarly, in patent also, if you wish to file a patent on a subject, you have to search related patents on that, and which are most related to it, you have to refer it. And you have to also say that how your is different and innovative from that. So we have to refer the patents by searching. This is the first step. And where to search? We can search our patent on this website. These are the freely available. You can note down Google Patents, USPTO patent, full text and image search database. Third is the INPASS, Indian Patent Advanced Search System. Chauथा, fourth, ESPCNet, and fifth, WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. So on these five websites, free data will available, and lakhs of patents are kept here.